Welcome to Lesson 3 in Unit 5, Tiny Flyers. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, where do baby hummingbirds live? In this lesson, students obtain information about why and how birds build nests. They will then be given an opportunity to use what they know about bird nests to build their own model bird nest. Students figure out that birds build nests to protect their young, but different birds use different materials to make their nests. Students make connections to the storyline by connecting the pattern that birds make nests to protect their young to the ruby-throated hummingbird. There are several opportunities for ELA and math cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 5 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 6 days to complete. For the Engage portion of the lesson, you'll begin by asking students questions about what they've learned about ruby-throated hummingbirds so far, and if they have any prior knowledge about hummingbird nests. You'll show students the video of a hummingbird building a nest and ask them what they notice. You'll then revisit the driving question board and add any new questions and highlight any others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about hummingbird nests or where hummingbirds live. You'll let them know that they're going to investigate the nests of hummingbirds and other birds. For the Explore portion, you'll put students into groups of 3 or 4 and give each group a set of cards with 4 birds on them. Students will focus their attention on the pictures of the nests on the front of the cards and the description of the nest on the back of the cards. They will record their observations as data on the Bird Nest Student Journal page. For the Explain portion of the lesson, you'll invite students to gather in a circle and share their findings from their bird nest investigations. Use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, where do the baby hummingbirds live? The goal for this class discussion is to analyze student data and find a pattern that helps students explain why birds build nests. Use the discussion to create the Lesson 3 summary chart. By the end of the discussion, students should understand that birds build nests to protect their young, but different birds use different materials to make their nests. You'll then use the Read Aloud guide to read Birds, Nests, and Eggs. Use the questions to deepen student reasoning and continue the class summary chart. For the Elaborate portion, you'll ask the class how they could build their own bird nests based on what they've learned about bird nests so far. You'll model brainstorming nest ideas with the whole group and then set students to work either individually or in teams to choose the best ideas and design their nests by drawing pictures in the Nest Design Challenge Student Journal page. Students will first design nests, then use provided materials to build nests that can hold marbles. To aid in the brainstorming of ideas, you'll refer to the book, Birds, Nests, and Eggs. Once students have an appropriate plan, you'll allow them to construct their prototype. The best way to test the nests is to set up 3 rulers in a triangle shape on top of 2 stacks of books, so that students can mimic how a bird nest must sit in a tree. You'll give each student the same type and amount of materials to place into their nests as they test and evaluate their prototype. You'll allow students to record their results on the Nest Design Challenge Student Journal page. For the Evaluate portion of the lesson, you'll assess students according to the Nest Design Challenge rubric Student Journal page. You'll discuss with students how these nests would function in helping protect baby birds. Students will record their ideas on the Nest Design Challenge Student Journal page. You'll have students return to the Hummingbird Story Student Journal page and show the journal page in the curriculum slides. Tell students that they're going to continue the story of the ruby-throated hummingbird. Return to your class model of the story to co-create the second panel with the class. To support student sense-making across the unit, You'll orient students back to the driving question board and ask them, what did we learn about where baby hummingbirds live? And what additional questions do you have now? Students will probably ask questions related to baby hummingbirds and want to know more about them. This is the topic of the next lesson. By the end of this lesson, students will have gathered information to find patterns about birds protecting their young by building nests. In Lesson 4, students will investigate how similar and different young animals and hummingbirds are from their parents. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.